Welcome to this June tarot reading for inner healing. The cards that came out are pretty interesting. There's one especially that's just reminding us that if we do the right things, we can actually find a little bit more joy and harmony. So let's dive in. So for the first card, what energy are you coming into the month of June with? We got the Strength card. And strength is all about compassion and gentle power. It's not about doing things or getting your way by using brute force. It's actually about doing it in a very kind of soft and more using persuasion rather than force. And so I think you're coming into the month of June with this ability to do that from all the healing that you've done. And so I think it's about trusting yourself, trusting the strength that you've acquired through the years, and trust your integrated self. And also just know that you got this. You've been doing a lot of work and you're actually stronger than you think. So what is the soul lesson for this month? Two cards want to come out for that. We got the Five of Wands and the Four of Wands. And the Five of Wands is all about conflict and kind of feeling as if you're being pulled in different directions. And I think that especially for this month, maybe you're going to feel as if you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. It could be that other people are trying to, either get your time or your energy or something like that, but it could also just be internal. It could be that you have a lot of different things that you would like to do that feel as if they're kind of like pulling you and your energy or your thoughts or your in just feeling competition for your time, let's say. But I find that there's a really interesting story here because the Five of Wands then turns into the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is all about harmony and joy and homecoming, but that real joy that you get inside. It's not the quick joy. It's the really eternal joy, because it's real joy. And what I'm getting though is that there's almost like a story here. It's almost like because the cards are so similar, and it's almost as if you pull away the edges of the Five of Wands and all that conflict. If you actually use it almost to your advantage and see through it, get past that, you can actually find the joy. And it's just almost, it's very subtle, and it's very possible in the sense that it's not a huge leap. It's just a little bit of tearing at the edges. There might also be one wand that needs to be left for this month to be able to get that. Maybe you have just a little bit too many things that are pulling at you, but if you get rid of one of them and organize them a little teeny bit better, you'll be able to have that joy, that space, that freedom, because that looks like a portal there that you could just jump through, as long as you can get rid of one of those wands, or at least start pulling away the edges of that card. So what do you need to let go of this month? We got the Five of Pentacles. And the Five of Pentacles is all about victim mindset, lack, feeling that competition, feeling as if things never go your way or that you're left out. But I really think it's about the stories that we tell ourselves. And so it's about letting go of those old stories and letting go of maybe that story of you're not good enough, or people don't like you, or things don't work out for you. They only work out for others. And it's really about moving away from that, and also remembering that it's about where you focus your attention. Because in this card, actually, this rose is so focused on the bottom that it's not seeing the light at the top, all the opportunities that are there. It just needs to change its focus. I think it's also, I love this, the rain coming down, and how the rain can be so important actually to our growth sometimes. And again, it's about reframing things and not focusing only on the negative, but remembering that sometimes the rain is going to actually help this rose grow, but it needs to see that and look towards the light so that it can actually focus on the good things. And so this month is about letting go of those stories, letting go of this darkness, and shifting your attention back to the top, because you're letting go of this. So what do you need to lean into this month? Oh my gosh, we got some more roses. We got the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups is all about partnership, harmony, this relationship that you're building. And for sure, it could definitely be a partnership. Lean into your partnerships or community or people, friends, things like that. But I also think it's maybe leaning into yourself and the partnership that you have with yourself. And I think it's especially true when we see these cards with all these roses coming out, because we had the rose at the first one with that lion, and it's so delicate, and it's that fine line. It's like you know, the lion has this delicate little rose in its mouth, and if it crunches a little too hard, maybe you go down to this side. And on the other side, if you can keep it so delicately, then you can get that beautiful relationship. And you have the strength. Remember, you have the ability to do that. And so to me, I just find that it's really interesting to see these two cards, especially kind of on the same level on the reading, because it's like, what are we letting go of? This victim mindset. We're letting go of those old stories. What? Why? It's going to bring you this beautiful partnership with yourself where you are gentle and compassionate, maybe even gentle and compassionate to those old stories so that you can build these new ones, so that you can build this strong foundation with yourself, that partnership, that, you know, that mutual respect that you can have for yourself, and also the trusting that you can have for yourself. I love seeing those two cards. So to end the reading, what is the message of love from your guides or your higher self? We got another two cards wanted to come out. We got the Two of Swords and we got the Moon card. And the Two of Swords is often about feeling like you can't really see properly and you can't really make a decision between these two things. And again, I love the imagery in these two cards because it's like you have these you have the two swords, and then you have these two trees. You have the moon and you have the sun that's being hidden by the moon. And again, so the Two of Swords is about feeling as if you're kind of unable to make a decision. You can't see clearly. And what is the Moon card? The moon is also about not seeing clearly, because unlike the sun that, you know, shines very brightly and you can see things, in the moonlight, it's hard to know if that shadow over there is a real threat or if it's just a shadow. And so, but the Moon card calls on you to use your intuition. You can't in the moonlight actually really rely on your eyes or your general senses, or let's say like practicality. You have to rely on your intuition and the things that you can see inside. And when you do that, you can see clearly. And when you do have that vision, you will no longer need the sun to see, and you'll be able to basically see this situation much clearer. And what I'm getting here is the message of love is that even if things are a little hazy right now, even if things are not clear, don't lose your faith or your hope. Remember that your intuition is building, and that when you start relying on it, you will be able to see clearly. And so I think it's also just a message of reminding us to trust our intuition and to lean into that. So lean into the partnership that you build with yourself, and also lean into your intuition so that you'll be able to see a lot clearer. So on that, I'm wishing you a wonderful month of June, and I'll see you next video. Thanks so much for watching.